Welcome to my world. My name is Badge. I'm sitting here with my daughter Mackenzie. Say hi, Mackenzie.
Hi.
So today our show is about parenting with numerology and showing the importance of knowing your child's numerology and some of the benefits that come with knowing numerology. You doing all this hair flipping. So so basically, I'm gonna show you how you get your child's numerology. Me and Mackenzie did it today, and I have some notes here. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes, just making sure I got everything covered. So this is how you find your child's life path, and we'll just go over a life path, and I'll just show you. Just the life path number is just one of many numbers that really give you an in-depth look at your child, and you can really learn a lot of cool things about your child and really put them in a position to learn about themselves and avoid, look at you nodding, and avoid some pitfalls, throughout life. And it's really powerful, as you'll see. So Mackenzie's birthday is
February 14th.
what year?
Um. Oh. What?
2015. So the way you find your life number, so you got the two, okay, and then you got 14. So we'll put the 2 to the side for a second. 14, what's 1 plus 4?
1 plus 4 is 5.
Okay, so we got a 2 and a 5. We'll put those to the side. So we'll do 2015. 2 plus 0 is?
2 plus 0 is 2.
Okay, 2 plus 1 is?
2 plus 1 is 3.
Okay, and 3 plus 5 is?
3 plus 5 is 8.
Okay, so we got a 2, a 5, and an 8, right? So 2 plus 5 is?
2 plus 5 is 2 plus 5 is 7.
Okay, and 7 plus 8 is?
7 plus 8 is 15.
15, good job. And so now we got a 15. So now we got to break that down to a single number. So 1 plus 5 is?
1 plus 5 is 6.
6, perfect. So now we have your life path number. Your life path number is 6. So let me just break down numerology very quickly. So it's the belief that all of us come to this earth on a specific day for a specific reason. And our life path number basically tells us, the opportunities, challenges, and lessons that you might occur in your lifetime. So we're going to dive into Mackenzie, and we're just going to talk specifically to Mackenzie at being a number 6. So one of the most important things that came out with Mackenzie is that at a life path 6, the 6 is the number of the one who likes to help and serve others. And they are healers, natural healers. So they automatically see people, and they see when people are like upset or down, and they automatically want to hug them, or they want to help them, or they want to do nice things for them. So you see that in Mackenzie specifically. Mackenzie is a hugger. Like, I'll be watching the game, Mackenzie will just come into the room, Daddy, I just want to hug you. And I'll be like, okay, Mackenzie, and give her a hug. And that's just something she does. Another thing Mackenzie does a lot of times, she has a willingness to help. She wasn't always like that. Sometimes, like, she used to be like, I don't want to help nobody do nothing. But, like, for example, last week, Jarrell had to clean his room, and Mackenzie went off to play. And then after so long, Mackenzie was in Jarrell's room helping him clean, right? Remember that? Yeah. So she has a willingness to help. And then sensing and understanding pain. So Daddy suffers from migraines. So when I tell Mackenzie sometimes, Daddy's having a migraine today, Mackenzie's like, oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. And she knows, like, to give Daddy space. Like, she doesn't ask me a bunch of questions. She's just really nice like that. She does really good when Daddy has migraines. She really helps me out. So the other thing about that, those type of people, um, the one of the big lessons they have to learn as life path 6 is understanding the balance between help and interference. Now the key with that is with Miss Mackenzie over here is talking too much. Oh my God.
No, don't tell him about that.
Yes, I have to tell her
No.
about that. Mackenzie will tell everybody business.
No.
And I tell her all the time, Mackenzie, sometimes I know you just be trying to help, but you be telling people's business, and it make people not want to tell you they stuff, because they know that if they tell you they stuff, you might tell people, and then they don't want to trust you. So I remember we had a certain family member. I ain't gonna say who the family member is, but this family member was smoking, and I didn't know that this. I knew that this person was smoking, but Mackenzie didn't know that I knew this family member was smoking. So she was like, "Daddy, did you know so and so? Don't go away from the camera. Come back over here. Daddy, did you know so and so be smoking?" And I said, "Yeah, Mackenzie, but you wasn't supposed to tell me that."
No.
Yeah, you remember that happened. She
No.
be telling people business, and that she's trying to help, but really what she's doing is she's making herself untrustworthy, and you can see as a person how we see adults like that all the time that aren't trustworthy, and they interfere in other people's business when they're older. So at 7 years old, if that's a lesson we learn, and we learn how to not interfere in other people's business and be someone that's trustworthy, that people can come to with their problems and know that it's not going to go anywhere but other to that person. Oh man, that's an amazing power, wouldn't it be?
I kind of, I start doing that.
Okay, yeah, and that's what I'm here for, to help you learn how to do it, and then once you get older, you'll know how to do it. Good.
I know how to do it.
Right. Okay. All right. My bad. The other thing is taking blame. Now, Mackenzie doesn't do this as much, but it's something to watch out for. If your child is a 6, sometimes a child that who has a life path 6, taking blame for other kids, things that other kids do, they'll take the blame and say, "Oh, it was me. I must be the reason why they got in trouble," or taking blame for adult problems. You know, me and Mackenzie's mom, we got a divorce. You know, and Mackenzie was very young. But it's important, you know, if you were a child, if your child is a 6 and if something may have happened like that, you know, your parents break up, making sure that that child knows it's not your fault. It wasn't your fault, and it has nothing to do with you. You know, that kind of stuff happens, and it's not your fault. So taking blame is something. Uh, it's important that the kid and child understands. And a lot of times these things happen with children, and they fly under the radar because as adults we have so much in life that is going on with us that we really don't know or take time to understand what's going on in our kids' minds. So that's just something to pay attention to. So next part, self-sacrificing. Okay, so a life path 6 person is always seeking to find harmony among family and can often become overburdened with other people's issues. Now that's a big thing, and that's goes back to what I was saying about talking too much. Always in somebody else's business. That is Miss McKenzie right here. Always in somebody else's business, and what we find, those type of people when we're older, when they're older, that can create some really big issues. When we're older, that can create some issues. So it's important as a parent that you pay attention to that, that you focus a child to understand what is should be important to them, and to really not take to heart other people's problems and what's going on with other people. Um, Self-sacrificing, according to the reading, self-sacrificing can cause physical neglect, leading to weight issues. And again, that is something as a parent you need to know about your child, knowing that in their very makeup, if they don't hone in on certain things, they can have weight issues and health issues going further in life. Things that they need to pay attention to. Yes, baby.
Um, can I go? I think.
So this is funny about Mackenzie, and I'm glad we're recording this because this will be recorded in history. Mackenzie always already is weight conscious. She's always like, every once in a while Mackenzie's on a diet. She wants to eat right, and I'm like, why is she always talking about being on a diet? But it makes sense. It's in her DNA. It's in her makeup. This is a part of who she is. Without knowing that, without knowing her numerology, I wouldn't have known. This is one of the focuses of my child and her spirit. Like, this is a part of her. And this is something she needs to always be aware of, making sure that periodically I do a self check on my diet. How's my weight? How's my health? How's my exercise regime? Because I don't want to be fat like my dad.
Daddy.
So just making sure we pay attention to all of that stuff, because we don't want those issues going forward. So that's a very key thing. So the last thing is judgment of character, and this was a really big one for me. Um, it's a nature for a life past 6. You're kind of out of the camera. I need you to come in the camera for me, babe. It's in your nature to be attracted to the weaker, which means the person that may need a little bit more help than the average person, a person that may lean on people more than most type of people that will use you. There's men who you'll see them and you'll say, oh, that's a great guy. I like him, but he I can see he needs my help. If I could just help him, he'll be a really, really great guy. And you see that as the more you help him, the more of a bum he becomes. He never becomes that great guy that you saw him to become it. He never goes out and gets a job, and he never goes back to school. If he wanted to go back to school, he just starts using you for your money and stuff. That's the guy you gotta say, oh, nah, you gotta go. You're a bum because I'm not helping you. I'm making you worse. So you gotta see that as a person. So a life path 6, um, the good jobs for a life path 6 will be anything with healing, so anything in medical, doctors, nurse, things like that. Teaching, if you want to be a teacher, any kind of teacher, you want to teach stuff. Hospitality, so that's like servicing, anything helping people. um, Property or government management, so anything in the government, if you want to be a politician, helping people, servicing the public, stuff like that. Property, if you want to own property, like own houses and have people pay you rent and stuff like that, you can do stuff like that. And anything related to animals, if you want to be a zookeeper, I don't know, it's anything related to that. So that's the life path 6. So the way I do my readings now, I do a diagnosis, or I don't know what it's called. Basically, a prescription. There you go, a prescription for the parent. And this is what I would tell myself as a father, parenting McKenzie, and using her life path number, using her numerology. This is the beginning of the curriculum that I would put a parent under, and I put myself under personally in parenting McKenzie. So I'm giving McKenzie a couple of my little hints and tricks with how I daddy her. So don't make a helping child a maid. That's very important. My child is a natural helper, and it's very important that raising a woman that is a natural helper, that as a man I don't create a maid out of her. That she recognizes that she helps her father, and that it's something that she does that's honorable, that she's not a slave, that is something that she does to in honor of her father, and it's something her father greatly appreciates, and that it's not something that I do and I take it lightly, that it is something I appreciate highly. So that's one thing that's very important. In matters of love, know the difference between a client and a mate. That is huge. That's one of the biggest problems I see with women today. Not understanding the difference between someone that you were just designed to help, someone placed in your life that you were just supposed to give some game to, some wisdom to, maybe like assist, to give some nurturing, and you turned around and made them a mate, and they ended up draining you of your energy, and they ended up making your life worse off, and you ended up using your time investing in something that had nothing to give back to you but more things to do. So that's major. Watching my daughter in her the friends that she chooses to take on, that's where it starts. Understanding when you got a friend that always want to use your toys, that never got a toy to give you, that always want to use you for your stuff. That's where it starts. And if you don't pay attention to that and show your children the difference, when they get older, they won't properly understand the difference when they get a man that's always using them and have nothing to give them back and nothing to exchange with them. That's major. Um, the next one, perfect the art of emotionally minding your business, and it's something that I'm learning I've just started learning in the last 2 years, because I empathize with people so much and I take on people's issues so much, understanding how to separate that from myself and not take on people's issues to the point where it causes me physical harm, to where I get headaches or I get stressed out because of what's going on with other people, to be able to keep and remain my peace and keep my personal health intact regardless of what's going on around me, understanding how to mind my business so that I don't put myself in harm's way with other people's mess, and remain neutral emotionally. That's key. So teaching your child how to uh, not allow things that happen to them in a day affect their whole day. Understanding that this happened here, now we have to move on. We felt that, we understand that, now we have to do this. We cannot allow this to destroy our whole day. And so that was key and very important. And one of the biggest parts and one of the hardest ones for me, but probably the most fun, and finally, is don't resist the hugs. That was the one that I had to learn the most, is understanding that my daughter's a hugger because she's a healer. And it is very dangerous if your child is a physical child, they're touchy feely, and you may not be the touchy feely type of person, to understand that I have to allow my child to be like that because they need that. You never know what you're killing inside of them, or what you're changing inside of them by not allowing them to express that side of them. It is very, very important, especially from a father to a daughter, to allow your daughter to express herself that way. And I find that even when I don't expect it, when I least expect it, those hugs do the most healing for me myself. And they feel so good to have my daughter, knowing that my daughter loves me, to have her give me those hugs. So that is just in all of that, it was 20 minutes, went way longer than I wanted it to, but that's just the life path number. The life path number 6. That's just the tip of the iceberg, excuse me, and the possibilities of numerology and in parenting and numerology. Next, we're gonna do my son Jarrell, which is gonna be equally as valuable, which is gonna be amazing. Did you get anything from that?
Yes.
What did you learn?
I learned that I got your hugs.
You said what?
I get lots of hugs.
You get lots of hugs. Okay, cool.
Lots of hugs.
That's our time, man. Thank you if you watched this far. I appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, comment. Tell me how you felt about it. If you would like numerology done for your children, like I said, it's absolutely important that we know and we have as much information as possible so that we can parent these new humans as they come into this world and give them every advantage possible to be successful when they're here. So if you would like me to do that for you, you can email me at kenneth.badger@gmail.com, and I will be more than happy to do that for you. I definitely will send you my cash app, but I will be more than happy to do that for you. So we'll be right back with another video, but until then, peace.